Very happy to have the approval of a 5-year-old.
I'm 9.5, thank you very much.
Why don't you get this little girl some pretty dolls or something, Coach?
I tried. She loves football.
You're still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side. We just gotta work harder on the left side, that's all.
It's not the problem.
What is the problem?
I think it is, but it ain't. It's your
Tell
pass
me what the
rate.
problem... It's not... It's a run anyway. It's not a pass. The Vera's a run, not a pass.
All right, you two, that's enough of that. Cheryl, don't you want to play with Nikki?
I hate playing with dolls. I'm not playing, I'm accessorized.
Yeah, why don't you go accessorize? Don't you want to go accessorize with me?
Actress Hayden Panettiere, just 10 years old during that breakout role. Now the world reacting to tragic news of her passing at just 36. Pronounced dead at the scene in Greenville, South Carolina yesterday afternoon following a 911 call from an unidentified acquaintance. TMZ reporting new leads in the investigation. Executive producer Charles Latibeaudiere is here exclusively. First to senior national correspondent William Langeness, who is in L.A.
Well, Martha, we're waiting for the final autopsy report, but if you listen to the 911 call, paramedics believe the actress had overdosed on something. So what you're about to hear is one dispatcher talking to another who was talking to paramedics who found Hayden unresponsive when they arrived at the apartment in Greenville.
On for cardiac arrest, Justin Millwall, 701 Aisley Bridge Road.
Aisley Bridge Road, overdose, CPR is in progress.
So that was about 2 p.m. on Sunday. 30 minutes later, medics declared Panettiere dead. No signs of trauma or foul play, according to the coroner and police. Panettiere appeared to have it all. She had a young daughter, successful career, awards, and hit songs. At age 10, she landed that role in the movie Remember the Titans, and later Ice Princess and Scream. On TV, she starred in Heroes and Nashville. 11 of her songs made it to the country Billboard Top 100. In a recent memoir, she discussed her battle with alcohol and postpartum depression and coming out bisexual.
Criticism in any form is a hard pill to swallow, and especially when you're at these very vulnerable ages, it's not about how many times you fall down or how you fall down. It's about how you handle it afterwards, how you pick yourself up.
Several questions, Martha. Who was the acquaintance that she was with? Why Greenville? What did the coroner find? Did he find drugs? What kind? Where did she get it? And if there was an overdose, was it intentional? Panettiere shares an 11-year-old daughter with her ex-fiancé, boxer Vladimir Klitschko. She was 36. Martha.
Okay, William, thank you very much. And with that, we bring in TMZ executive producer Charles Latibeaudiere. Charles, great to have you with us. I know how deeply you guys dig into these stories and how well you know them. So what can you tell us? What have you learned about the circumstances where she was found and what may have happened here?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Martha. There is a good reason for her to be in South Carolina. I know initially everyone thought, why Greenville, South Carolina? Why is a big star like Hayden Panettiere there? Well, her longtime boyfriend, on and off again, Brian Hickerson, is from that area. And we found out that he was indeed in Greenville at the same time as Hayden. In fact, they traveled to South Carolina together. Now, we don't yet know if he was the other person that was there. Law enforcement has described the person who made the call as an associate of Hayden Panettiere's. Now, there is some evidence that some more evidence that there was a second person in that apartment when paramedics arrived there. We know that 2 ambulances went, and generally, if you send 2 ambulances, that means there are 2 people in distress. Yet we know that the stretchers that went in came back out without anybody on them. Meanwhile, we also saw the coroner's office show up, and of course, they ended up taking Hayden's body. So whether Brian or someone else was in the apartment with her, there's some other evidence to that. We have confirmed that there was Narcan found in the apartment on one of the beds, a rollout bed in the apartment. And that Narcan, of course, you can get it over the counter, but that is used to reverse the effects of a possible opioid overdose. So somebody, whether it's Hayden or somebody else who was in that apartment, apparently used or tried to use Narcan, which would be another sign pointing to drug use by someone in that apartment. Now, the autopsy has been completed, and at this point, the coroner says that they have not determined a cause of death, but they did not see any signs of trauma that would lead them to believe there's any foul play at all.
So I want to quickly play this from Nashville just to remind everybody. I mean, you know, such a bright young star, so many hits and accomplishments. But let's play that from Nashville, and then let's play Hayden talking about the loss of her brother back to back.
He did promise to behave after the shoplifting, the scandals, the wedding thing.
Behave? This is my damn career.
And I'm trying to save you from wrecking it.
No, you are trying to run my life. I am a multi-million-dollar industry, and it is about time that I took control of it. So I'm going to keep writing my songs the way I want to write them, and you keep writing the checks.
Losing him and realizing how much of life I was going to have to go through alone and without him, when I always saw him as being there. When he first died, I just remember screaming, I don't want to live in a world where he doesn't exist.
Yeah, that was just a few months ago, that second clip, Charles.
Yeah, her brother died in 2023, and said she spoke while doing press for her memoir that came out earlier this year, that it was absolutely devastating. She felt essentially what you call survivor's guilt after his death. So that's something that has really haunted her. And while it has haunted her, she did also sound like she had turned the corner. At least that's what she was saying in interviews earlier this year, that she turned the corner from her battles with addiction and from the trauma of her brother's death, and that she felt like she had a good relationship with her daughter, Kaya, who is now 11. And although she does not have custody, she surrendered custody to Kaya to her father, Vladimir Klitschko, the boxer. But she said that they had reconnected. And so it seemed like things were trending in a very good direction for Hayden. And then whatever happened in that apartment happened this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, what a tragedy. And, you point out Klitschko, just as a side note, the father of her daughter Kaya, is the brother of the former mayor of Kyiv, who's been so prominent in the Ukraine war. I just want to quickly play this number 3 because, it's very sad, but just to look back at this career. Watch.
Look, I don't care if you're here, but if you post me on the school website falling on my butt, you better transfer to another school.
We see, child stars sometimes have troubles along these lines. It's a lot of pressure, Charles. We also see some who, seem to be able to make it through. And it seems like she was plagued for many years alongside all this success.
Yeah, it seems like the bigger the stardom that is achieved, and at the younger the age they achieve that stardom, the more difficult it is to overcome just all sorts of things for life in Hollywood. And, Hayden is someone who's been acting, appearing in commercials and other things since before she could walk. So she's literally had an entire lifetime living under this spotlight. And, at times it was clearly too much for her to handle.
Yeah. Tragedy for her parents, losing 2 of their children. It's just awful. Charles Latibeaudiere, thank you very much. Great to have you with us today. Hope you'll come back soon.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.
All right.
You bet.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.